Good day, everybody. Chris Herline here of REAP Financial coming to you with today's Wealth Report. It is Friday, February 21st, 2025, and excited to really put some good news out there when it comes to Social Security benefits for so many individuals. I can't tell you how many teachers and federal employees that we've retired over the years, and they come in and they've done a great job of saving. They maybe have a spouse that's been working as well. And so if you remember, we have you come in the office when we first met and, compile all your accounts and give you guys some forecasting on how your portfolio is going to work for you and last as long as you do in retirement. And in many cases, if you were a teacher, a firefighter, a police officer, a federal employee that was covered by civil service, in many cases, your Social Security in years past has been drastically impacted by what's called the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset. And I'll just focus on teachers here. There's only 17 school districts in the state of Texas that pay into Social Security. And if you're a teacher at a district that doesn't pay in, you're likely going to get a pension when you retire. But so many don't understand that because of this windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset, your Social Security can be drastically reduced. And in some cases, we've seen teachers get little to no Social Security, and even more importantly, if they survive their spouse, in many cases, they won't even get a widow's benefit from the deceased spouse Social Security. It's really been unfortunate, and it's been going on for a long time. And the great news that I want to share today, and this first potential and changes coming here in 2025 around Social Security, is that in January, on the 5th of January 2025, the Social Security Fairness Act was passed. This is a game changer for those that are impacted. So maybe you're listening right now, you're not directly impacted, but if you have a friend, a family member, a coworker, a neighbor that is a teacher or currently a teacher, worked as a firefighter or police officer, we need to get the news out about this, because this repeal of the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset is likely going to mean substantial pay increases for all these families that have been impacted. 3.2 million people out there that receive pensions over the years have been impacted by this. So this is going to be a major shift, and we're still ironing out details, trying to figure out, when we can go ahead and get the benefits that are so well deserved. And we're going to keep you guys posted on this throughout the weeks and months. I actually spoke about this recently at our Quarterly Confidential in the last couple of weeks with so many of you. And what this means is that, if you're impacted, it's just depending on your benefit itself, your pension size, how many years you worked for the federal government or the district. I mean, you'll likely see a pay raise. Could be hundreds a month. It could be well over $1,000 a month. And this is just a massive increase when you're thinking about, retirement cash flow. And so what they're saying right now, although they haven't finalized, the details, is that this is retroactively going to go back to January 2024. So once they inform us on how, these individuals you are impacted or that have been impacted can claim for back pay, we're going to let you know. But what we're anticipating is a retroactive reimbursement of benefits that were, once penalized, paid back to you all the way back to 2024. So some questions I'm getting around that are, what if I'm not currently taking social? What if I'm still deferring my benefit? And my understanding is it doesn't necessarily mean you have to go ahead and turn it on immediately, but when you do turn it on, it will be retroactively paid all the way back to January 2024. And then one of the other things that we're trying to get some guidance on right now from Social Security is, will the benefit amount be taxable? Will it be tax-free? My guess is it will be taxable, but only time will tell. So that is the first update for Social Security in 2025 that I wanted to inform you guys on. And then a lot of other things that have been coming across my desk are questions around no tax on Social Security. We have an administration that's in the White House now that ran on many policies, one being no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, And then, in the final days of the campaign, no tax on Social Security. Now, again, this is something that has not passed, like the Social Security Act that I just talked about. But this is something that even as a couple weeks ago was talked about by the press secretary as one of their top agenda items. And again, there's so many layers to this, right? Because the Social Security system is already in trouble. I mean, you can read on your statement, right in black and white, fine print on your statement, that it says if they don't do anything, they don't make any changes to the system between, now and 2034, they're going to reduce benefits by nearly 25%. So I think there's going to be legislative changes that will help the system stay solvent. However, this news of potential no tax on Social Security, this could be a game changer for not just teachers, not just federal employees, but everybody that is eligible for Social Security. We've helped countless families, hundreds and hundreds of families through the years, navigate their optimal Social Security claiming strategy. And in today's environment, many of those lucrative claiming strategies that we helped you with, things like file and suspend, restricted applications, those things are no longer. But, if you got a family that's in deferral, let's say you're deferring your benefit right now, that may make the most sense with your overall plan. We've probably analyzed that for you many times over the years. But if the passage of no tax on Social Security were to come through, that's going to upend all the recommendations that we've given clients over the years, obviously, because that's going to mean a lot more money that could be in your pocket instead of in deferral. Now, what's ironic to me is that, the administration in D.C. right now, the Trump administration, through the years, President Trump has talked about how he admired many of the Reagan policies back in the 80s. And what's interesting about that is before Reagan, there was no tax on Social Security. Not until 1983 did Reagan pass a bill that ended up meaning that taxes were assessed on your Social Security check. That actually went into effect in 1984. So literally 40 years now, taxes have been assessed on your Social Security benefit. 85% of your benefit is taxed at your marginal bracket. And so now we've got an administration potentially talking about the passage of no tax on Social Security. So obviously this is going to create a significant amount of work for my team of advisors, and it's good work. It's work that, we would welcome because it could mean a lot more money in your pocket. Now, again, the other side of that coin is, will this only accelerate the depletion of the Social Security reserves? Does this mean higher taxes on those of us that are working, maybe higher payroll taxes, FICA taxes? There's a lot of things still to be determined. However, I did want to put this out in front of all of our families, you included, to just let you know that we are going to stay vigilant. We're going to stay very proactive in, looking at how this could impact your plan. And in the event it does pass, we're absolutely going to be connecting with you to determine your best claiming strategy. And maybe even for some of you, it could even accelerate your retirement date. Just some numbers to think about. I mean, the largest amount that comes out of your Social Security is not Medicare A, B, D, or supplemental. All those things are, they add up to a pretty penny. But the biggest expense coming out of your check is generally the taxes that are being withheld every month, every year for you out of your Social Security check. And for the average Social Security recipient, this could mean literally more than $4,000 more per year that you're keeping. And that's the average benefit of around $1,700, $1,800 a month. If you got a $3,000, $4,000 benefit, I mean, you're talking about what could be upwards of $10,000 a year in tax savings for some of our higher net worth families. I mean, this is a big deal. And if you're married, that your spouse has a nice benefit as well. I mean, this could be serious money. So again, this is still preliminary on the no tax on Social Security, but it's something that we're staying well in front of as it could make a significant impact on our clients' planning and your lifestyles, to be honest about it. I mean, it's a big move, something we hadn't seen in 40 years, and we'll keep you apprised as things are progressing. As always, if there's anything that needs immediate attention, if you've got conversations that need to be had with your advisor or our team at REAP Financial, never hesitate to reach out to us. We're always available to you, especially during this tax season. Let us know if we can be of service. And again, we appreciate your confidence here at REAP Financial. Until we speak to you guys again, all the best to you and your family.